The phone call was over in 17 seconds. That's all it took for him to deliver the news. Sophie, my daughter, had 20 days to leave their home. He didn't stutter, didn't pause, just spat it out like poison dipped in that smug, upper-class voice I'd always despised. Then he hung up, cold and mechanical, like I was a telemarketer, not the man whose daughter he was kicking out. I sat in silence for 5 minutes, absorbing the shock. Then I picked up the phone again and called my lawyer. "Paul," I said, steady and calm. "Remember that clause in the custody agreement? It's time." I met Miranda when we were both 24. I had nothing, just graduated from the academy, barely making rent. She had it all. A grand house, dazzling smile, and parents who reeked of judgment and exclusivity. Still, she chose me. Or at least, I believed she did. Our daughter, Sophie, was born 2 years later. She was the light in my darkest moments, my mirror in her fire and my anchor in her smile. When Miranda left, she didn't want a shared solution. She wanted dominance. Full custody. She came at me like it was a chess match, trying to financially exhaust me with endless legal battles. But the court saw through the performance. We got 50-50 custody. Even so, Sophie always leaned toward her mom's place. Bigger room, posh surroundings. I never held that against her. Kids don't know how to measure love, but they do know what feels easy and familiar. Then Darren entered the picture. Sophie called him the stiff. He moved in with Miranda, put a ring on it, and walked into their lives with an aura of superiority. He was the kind of man who never saw me as a person, just a mistake Miranda had made in her youth. He had the job, the clothes, the teeth, and a dismissive stare that barely hid his disdain for my existence. Worse, he treated Sophie like an unwelcome guest. It began with small shifts. Sophie started packing her own lunches. Darren didn't like her snacks. Then her books started vanishing. He claimed fantasy novels were bad for girls, made them unrealistic. I didn't react outwardly. I just paid attention. Took notes. Then came the night Sophie sobbed in my truck. Darren had told her she wasn't his real family, that she should feel lucky he even tolerated her presence. I bought her ice cream. Told her monsters only win if we believe their lies. After that I got serious. Cameras installed outside my house. A journal filled with entries, dates, incidents, quotes. Not for the courts, not at first. For me. For the truth. I reread our custody agreement like a holy text. And there it was. Buried on page 17. A paragraph Paul had added. And I had made sure stayed in. Any unilateral decision to displace Sophie without offering me the first chance to house her would trigger an immediate review favoring me. Miranda, who never read past a headline, missed it. But Darren didn't. He acted. 20 days. That's all the notice he gave my daughter. No warning. No discussion. Miranda didn't even bother to tell me herself. Her silence confirmed everything I feared. So I returned the favor. Silent, but calculating. Paul filed the motion within 2 days. Emergency hearing, full temporary custody request. We stapled Darren's email to the front. We're having a real baby now. It was Exhibit A. When I picked up Sophie that Friday, I said nothing. Made her pancakes. Let her sleep in. Took her to the bookstore. Bought her 3 books without blinking at the price. She smiled, really smiled, not the forced kind. I memorized that smile. Tuesday came. The hearing. Miranda showed up clinging to Darren like he was both armor and lifeline. Her beauty hadn't faded, but her eyes were hollow. Maybe she knew what was coming. Maybe not. Paul did most of the legal work, citing the clause, discussing Sophie's emotional stability. Then I stood up. Handed the judge a folder. Inside, time-stamped notes, camera footage, quotes from Sophie, screenshots, Darren's email. Even Sophie's drawings. One showed our house with a label. Me and Dad's house safe. Another had her mom's, cold. Quiet. The judge said nothing for 20 seconds. Just stared. Then. I'm granting the father temporary full custody effective immediately. The contract language is unambiguous. We'll reconvene in 90 days to evaluate the child's well-being. Miranda looked like the floor had disappeared under her. Darren clenched his jaw but didn't speak. His expression said enough. Sophie moved in that week. Her room was already set up. Had been for a while. I didn't celebrate publicly. Didn't post about it. Revenge isn't about a crowd. It's about resolution. It's about doing what's right when nobody's watching. Still, I mailed Darren a small package. A baby rattle. Still in the box. With a note. Make sure your real baby doesn't learn how to read. They might grow up and realize what kind of man you really are. Miranda tried calling me once. I let it ring out. Then blocked her. She made her choice. And choices carry weight. That night, Sophie asked if she could change her room. I said yes. She painted it light green. Put stars on the ceiling. Her bookshelf spilled over with new books. She laughs more now. Eats more. Reads until late. She's safe. I don't need her gratitude. I don't need forgiveness. Just the soft rhythm of her breathing from down the hall. That's enough. They taught us in the academy. Don't act until your case is airtight. Turns out, that's good advice off the job too. Because real revenge doesn't shout. It settles in. Quiet. Permanent.